Hello everyone, Peter here. Guys, we can't find further right to repair with this Xbox. So how come? Okay, so we know that I've been testing, everything. I was testing Mosfets, but I had still short. I was trying to solder, do everything what I could, and unfortunately we can't fix it. I end up with a question on one Discord channel for game console repairs, actually, you can call it like that, yes. And then on a second one, and the only answer I did receive was do the voltage injection. So I knew about it before going there. I planned to do it, but I thought maybe I missed something, maybe I don't recall something. Maybe there is an additional test, yes, to do it. And actually no, guy who fixed them as well on a regular basis, he said to me, he wrote to me that do 1 volt 2 amps, and try to see if anything starts to heat up or not. So I did it, and unfortunately for the customer, the only part which could start to heat up with our power supply was APU. In those cases it's mean usually, like not 100% of the time, but usually it means that the APU is shorted. If it's a short to the ground, nothing will be warm. But if you place on the 12 volts rail where you've got a short to the ground, plus and minus, yes, like I've got plugged in this to the positive alligator from the power supply, yes. And when you start, if you point it and you start to increase, and you've got, let's say, I didn't have even 1 volt to be true. I had like maximum was 0.7 or something. So I've reached about 0.5 and there was already over 2 amps. Nothing was warm. Then I went slightly higher, and I went over 3 amps. I did the total, I had over 4 amps when I start to notice any heat from anywhere, and that was the only place APU, yes. So CPU, you can say it, yes. So yeah, the problem only is that you can't get these APUs. It's cheaper for the customer to replace the board or buy another Xbox. Maybe do the upgrade. So I'll have to speak to the customer, but this one is no fix. Now I've opened all 7 of them, and all 7 have the short done the same way. So I will be, because I've got them open, I will use that occasion, to voltage inject all of them, and I will label them which one has what. Plus I'll put them back with no screws, because by opening so many of them, I've noticed you can open Xbox One, the fat one, with no tools. Literally, I was opening the last ones and I didn't have any tools, literally. So yeah, I've got a lesson as well for myself, something new. Maybe I'll show it one day, maybe. But what we can say is like this: when the Xbox is, that's a fat one, yes, the 1540 model, when the Xbox is not turning on, usually that means there is some short on the power rail. On which power rail, because there is number of power rails, yes, we don't know. So first to check should be all those. Actually no, first should be check the power supply, okay? That's what should be first. When you know that the power supply is fine, then you can check the main board, yes? What I'm doing as well is I'm disconnecting hard drive and optical drive, and then trying to switch it on. Why? Because if there's any short on the hard drive or on the connector of the hard drive, or the same with a Blu-ray, then that can cause a short as well, yes, and that can create a problem with starting up. So if you fix them for so long, you might be lucky to have what I had. Yes, that the mainboard was fine, you know, that was totally fine, but unfortunately the connector or the disc or the Blu-ray, yes, were faulty. So yes, so that's when you've got a short on the main board. What you can do again is check Mosfets first if they are shorted. So the drain to the well, it's depend on the type of a Mosfet. So it's better to have the data sheet of the Mosfet. Like these were the N type of Mosfets, so you shouldn't get short from the gate to the source, yes, or from the source to the gate. They shouldn't be shorted there. If they are shorted, then it's a problem. When you've got a short in between drain and one of these, then it's a problem as well, yes. But that's the drain one, it's most likely that the Mosfet can be faulty, whereas my case, you know, here was the problem is that even you desolder it and you get the same issue, yes. So now I know how to check them quicker, and I still don't know why this thing died. Excuse me. I will be checking on all the main boards. Maybe I can recover one. If I can recover one, I can make this customer happy, but I need to be quick because customer is waiting for a number of days, and I've got only Xbox One X ready, which customer could take. The rest are faulty, yes, so I need to be quick because I don't want to ruin my reputation as well, pretty much, yes. Customer is updated, so it's okay. It's just that, you know, it's taking time. If it's taking time, you know, it's not that nice. So yeah, so that's it about this Xbox, guys. Unfortunately, we get a dead man, and if I'll fix one of those boards, yes, I'll explain the procedure, what I've done, how I've done it. But first will be voltage injection on all of them to see if all of them will warm up on the APU or something else. Even I didn't have to use the thermal camera. I could use my hands to recognize the problem. So that's a nice thing. That's showing that you don't need to invest, you know, a lot. But to be true, my thermal camera cost only about 50 quid. So it's not really a dear device, yes. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you can, like it or subscribe it if you didn't. And see you in the next video. Take care.